How does career, business, and employment affect our personal relationships? Hi, my name is Leah Chantel, and today I'm talking about the balance between professional relationships and personal relationships, and what do you do when you're caught in the swirl of taking care of both, and you're trying to manage priorities and make everybody feel like they're being supported, they're being helped, when one force is pulling at you versus another. I've heard it said in many self-help tapes that in your relationships, if your partner feels like someone else is more important to you than them, you're going to have a problem in your relationship. And it doesn't matter if it's work, hobbies, or anything else, that partner will complain. But on the other hand, you also don't want to build your life around your partner either and have nothing else going on in your life. You want to have a healthy balance where you have priorities that are important to you and you're taking natural time and breaks away from your partner in order to focus on your important priorities. And yet at the same time, not spend so much time and so much focus in those areas that your partner feels like that they're not a priority in your life, because that is a problem too. So how do we manage both sides of it effectively? So first of all, you have to realize how you behave in front of your partner is really important. When you do have time with them, you have to make sure that you're showing up for them. This is not the time that you want to be on your phone or worrying about work or checking on something. When you're spending time with them, you're spending time, and you shouldn't be focused on anything else except them. Now, on a day-to-day basis, when you're away from them and you're at home on your own, and then you do need to focus on work, then you should be focused on work during your work hours. You shouldn't let your partner abduct you during your work hours through text too much and respond to them while you're busy and you're taking care of important priorities. This is also a mistake, and it's a difficult balance to get right. There are many pieces of advice. Some people say prioritize your work over relationships. And work is important because we do live in an era where relationships can be quite chaotic and they can come and go. Even the best of healthy relationships sometimes end because somebody needs to move or change jobs, or somebody sacrifices their career in order to stay in the relationship and have a shared household and shared expenses, for example. It's not always easy to make those trade-offs, and it's individual what is right for us. For some people, it may be right to take a low-paying wage and to stay with their partner and in their household. And for others of us, it might be the right thing to leave our partner and move across the country to take a new opportunity. All of us are different, and we all need to consult our guidance as to what is the right moves for us at the time that we're making decisions. So what I suggest, though, is to have a balance of both. You need to have a mission, you need to have priorities that naturally take you away from your partner from time to time, to give you both a bit of space and to give your own life meaning, something to look forward to that's outside building your world around your partner. That will be an artificial world that eventually fails if you build your life that way, because no partner can be everything to you. You don't want to depend on them to fulfill all of your emotional needs, because at some point you're going to fail. And it's the same the other way around. If the partner's expecting you to fill their world and meet all of their emotional needs, that's not realistic for them either. They need to be finding activities outside of the relationship, like work, like volunteering, like spending time with family. We all have our things that are important to us, and cumulatively, they can work together. They don't have to be in friction, but at times they can be in friction depending on the timing. If two urgent requests come up side by side from one area of your life and the other, it can be quite tricky to deal with. What we need to do to prevent that from happening is handle our problems upstream. Part of the problem with time management is we wait until everything is urgent. We've procrastinated too much on our relationship, and then right when we're about to break up or get divorced, that's when we deal with it. Or we've procrastinated too much at work, and right when something is due, that's when you have to put all of your time and focus on it, and that's when your partner also wants to break up with you. That's the kind of situation you want to avoid by taking care of both upstream and taking little chunks of time every day to tell your partner that you love them, taking little chunks of time to make sure you're up to date on your work. When you're current on all of your priorities in your life, not to mention other important life areas like health, you also have to take time for that too. That's very important and overlaps in both your work relationships and your personal relationships. But from that, you also have to make sure that you're taking time to nurture the important priorities every single day. We tend to get caught up in the urgent stuff where somebody really needs our help and they're asking us questions, but we actually need to be able to break away from the urgent, break away from the demands of other people. And I struggle with that myself. I understand how difficult that can be, especially when you're in a situation in person and they're asking you. But we all need to develop that ability to walk away at times in order to focus on what's most important, because we have to develop our relationships day to day by nurturing them, feeding them, watering them. And when we do that, then we're actually going to have a happy, healthy relationship, both at work and in our personal lives. But if we leave it on the back burner too long, then eventually we're going to be slammed with an emergency, and it could be from both areas of our lives at the same time. And then that's when we get into a slump where multiple areas of our lives can fail simultaneously. And then we're really depressed because we lost our partner, we lost our job, we lost everything at the same time. These things sometimes happen and can't be prevented. Sometimes things happen with the economy, with AI, and with the government that we can't control. Other times, if we put in enough effort, we network, we get to know people, we treat our partner with respect, we contribute to the relationship, we can prevent disasters from happening. And that's what we want to do. We want to avoid unnecessary pain by really developing our relationships when we can, spending that quality time, making those magic memories with them. And when we're able to do that, we create a beautiful quality of life for ourselves, for them, and we also show up better at work.